Sheikhana, first question. One advice you will have for 18-year-old Asim al-Hakim.
One word يا أخي اتق الله.
This one word.
At 18, one decision can shape your future, your name, and your place in the sight of God. Youth is short, but its consequences can last a lifetime.
Or just one sentence.
Or just one phrase, or just one page.
We are not expounding on it, just that.
When I was 18, I was a different person. And I cannot explore that because if I tell you, I have to kill you. So
Don't kill me. Sheikh.
yeah, my advice to an 18-year-old, think of what you want to leave behind you as a legacy. Because people would not remember the good things you've done. They would remember the bad things. So protect your name, protect your family's name, protect your reputation by trying your level best not to indulge in haram.
Allah.
A real legacy is not built by desire, but by discipline. Protect your honor early, before regret teaches you what wisdom could have taught you first.
Sheikhana, my question here comes is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just like you mentioned, He says in Surah Al-Mulk, الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Who amongst you has the best of amal, the quality over the quantity. And I remember, Sheikh, we've been having just a conversation before some few days talking about you loving Mecca because of the rewards, and I say that I love Medina because of the tranquility, the peace. So Sheikhana, my question is, recitation of the Quran, do we recite it for barakah, or do we recite it to understand it and to get rewards from it?
All the above.
The Holy Book is not a book of only one benefit. When you open it with sincerity, you open the door to reward, guidance, and blessing all at once.
But some people, Sheikhana, distinct it.
You can't, akhi. This is the book of Allah Azza wa Jal. You have to have multiple intentions in it. The barakah is coming whether you want it or not. The moment you start to study the Quran, to memorize it, to read it, for the sake of Allah, you are blessed. The barakah is in everything you do. The reward definitely is there whenever you read it. As long as you read the Quran because Allah told you to do so, and you know that there is nothing you could do more beloved to Allah than what came out of Him subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the Quran. It's not created. It's Allah's attribute and speech. From Him it came out, and to Him it will return, as mentioned in the hadith. The more you know this, the more blessings and barakah and reward and tranquility and healing and mercy you will get with the grace of Allah.
Sheikhana, is it that according sometimes to situations and scenarios that you start understanding more of a particular ayah, of a particular verse? Just like now, Umar radiallahu anhu, the verse, فَإِن مَاتَ وَقُتِلَ انقلبتم, it hits him as if it's the first time, because now the Rasul sallam died. Now Rasul sallam died. Sometimes maybe you are in a hardship and you feel a lot of stress and pressure, and you recite a particular verse, and maybe it hits you differently.
This is what I meant.
Sometimes the same verse you read for years suddenly feels as if it was meant for your pain today. That is not chance. That is God opening your heart to His words.
It could have hit you years ago, but it didn't. Why? Because Allah did not expand your chest to understand it. Al-Hidayah is from Allah.
Sure.
The Prophet ﷺ tried relentlessly to guide his uncle Abu Talib, and he couldn't. Why? Because Allah Azza wa Jal did not allow him to be guided. Abu Talib was not allowed by Allah. إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. You do not guide whom you will or you love. But Allah is the one who guides whom He wills. So, likewise, when you read the Quran, you read it with different intentions. Some of us read it for barakah, regardless of what it guides them to. I just want barakah, barakah. Others read it to get the reward. With every letter you get 10, and 10 is multiplied to 700, and Allah gives to whomever He wishes. So we just want the reward. Others, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, may read it just for the sake of debating, argument, coming up with things that nobody else had ever discovered it. I'm the first, subhanallah. And this might lead people to misguidance. يَتَّبِعُونَ مَا تَشَابَهَ مِنْهُ ابْتِغَاءَ الْفِتْنَةِ وَابْتِغَاءَ تَأْوِيلِهِ. They follow what might be ambiguous or misleading to them only for the fitna, and to interpret it in a way different than it was supposed to be. And that is a catastrophe. Others read it because they want to be guided. So they have no hidden agendas, none whatsoever. They read it, and wherever it takes them, they follow. Because this is the word of Allah. This is our constitution. This is what we will find ash-shifa wal-rahmah, the healing of our souls and bodies, and the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jalla.
And maybe some Sheikh might read it because of you want to find that tranquility at that particular time. You have a lot of problems, but you want to take the Quran and just get that sakina in the heart.
The holy book does not change, but hearts do. When God opens your heart to guidance, one verse can heal what nothing else could reach.
Is it the quality over the quantity, or the quantity over the quality in each and everything that we are doing, Sheikh?
We have to balance. We have to balance. This is the frequently asked question.
This is the question many Muslims ask: should we read more, or should we reflect more? The real challenge is not choosing one. It is not losing one while chasing the other.
Every single Ramadan, should I recite as many khatma as I can in Ramadan? Like Imam Shafi'i, they used to say he used to have like 60 khatma and in Ramadan. Or should I focus on reciting little but contemplating upon it? Again, we come back to the same thing. You may recite one ayah and Allah doesn't open your chest for it. So you've lost a great deal of reward over the quantity. And you may recite the Quran a lot, but you don't contemplate, so you are jeopardizing the quality. You balance.
How?
By reading without jeopardizing the quality. Some may focus, and this is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with them, when the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, how much of Quran do you read every night? He said, I finish the Quran once a night. He said, no, read it once a month. Yani one juz' every night. He said, I can do more. So he said, read it every 20 days. I can do more. Read it every 10. I can do more. Read it over a 1 week. And in a narration, in every 3 days, but you can't comprehend it in less than that. So now this is jeopardizing the what? The quality. So the Prophet is restricting that. So Allahumma salli wa sallam ala Muhammad. People differ in their ranges. Some people would find that I finish the Quran every 3 days and I'm fine with that. Others will say, no, this is too much. I don't comprehend anything. I'd rather do it in 1 week. I'd rather do it in 10 days. I know one of my beloved brothers and neighbors in my masjid, he used to open the masjid for the adhan. He's a retired uncle, and he gives the adhan for all 5 prayers. And he's, mashallah, well off. He doesn't need the money, but he loves the Quran and he loves the masjid. Never I came to the masjid without seeing him there. He gives the adhan, he reads the Quran until the iqamah, he does his sunan after the fard, and he stays in the masjid reading the Quran till Fajr, Ishraq. He prays 2 rak'ahs, and he's the last one to go out. Not because he has to close the doors, but by default. Dhuhr, the same thing. From Asr till Maghrib, sometimes he stays in the masjid, and from Maghrib to Isha, he stays in the masjid. Doesn't go home. And you can only see the Quran in his hands.
No.
Yani I would presume that he finishes the Quran, and he is not like us. You hear him read the
Reciting
Quran.
the Quran.
Yes, so he says, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Allah.
This paced. And I said, God, with this pace, I would not finish except in a year. We just,
As if you're being chased.
yes, the quality versus quantity. So he, with the grace of Allah, does both. So there are people who are blessed with this. So I pray to Allah that He makes us blessed like them.
Ameen ya Rab. Sheikh, I remember remembering the hadith of Rasul sallam when Aisha narrated it, and in another narration, one of the Sahabas, where Rasul sallam used to stand in prayer حتى تفطرت قدمه, and another narration حتى تورمت قدمه, until his feet were swollen, until his feet cracked. What I ask myself is, to the extent the feet gets swollen, to the extent the feet gets cracked, another narration came, Rasulullah he used to stand in a rak'ah, the whole of Surah Al-Baqarah, the whole of Ali Imran,
And An-Nisa.
and An-Nisa. And Sheikh, that's not qira'ah of just like the way we do very fast. Rasulullah was reciting, obviously, يعني قراءة تدبرية تأملية.
Every ayah that was mentioning the mercy of Allah, he was asked for forgiveness. Every ayah mentioning hellfire, he would seek refuge in Allah Azza wa Jal. Every ayah that there is dua in it, he would make dua.
Allah.
Correct? So what's the question?
The question is, now here, it shows that the quality is more profound, more than the quantity.
This is without doubt. However, our times are different. Their times, Allah Azza wa Jal has placed a great deal of barakah. Yani the Prophet was addressed alayhi salatu wasalam in the beginning of his message, Ya ayyuhal muzammil, qum al-layl illa qalila. How much? نصفه أو انقص منه قليلا أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا. So between half and 2/3 of the night. You're talking about between 3 hours and 5 hours of standing. The issue is, how would you not feel your feet being swollen?
Subhanallah.
The answer is passion. When you have passion for something, it becomes enjoyable. This pain becomes enjoyable. When we hit the gym, and you guys, you're young. I don't hit the gym. That gym hits me. So when those who hit the gym, what do they say? No pain, no gain. What is this? It means that you enjoy the pain because you find the sweetness, the gain. After 6 months, 1 year, when you flex your muscles and you see something is moving. So this type of reward is the sweetness we're talking about. And that would make the whole day fruitful for the Prophet ﷺ, because he spent the previous night worshipping Allah, anticipating the reward from Allah, and getting the boost and the courage and the durability and the energy from Allah Azza wa Jal because of that.
Like the way we get the passion and the sweetness. Some of us, when you're watching Netflix and you forget yourself, or you're scrolling your phone on TikTok and whatnot. But Rasulullah forgets himself in prayers.
Yeah, but the difference is the fun, the kick you get out of the haram is temporary. The moment you're sober of it, you get headaches, you get hangover. But at the time of the sin, yeah, we were having fun. The other way is true when it comes to ibadah. So imagine, you are starving because you're fasting. You're thirsty because you're fasting. You are so tired because you're fasting. The moment you break your fast over 3 dates and a sip of water, what do you say? ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. The thirst has gone. And my veins are nourished now. Is settled and stable and recorded for me. Now every hardship I felt over the past 16, 17 hours, our brothers in the up north, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Scandinavian countries, they say we fast for 19 hours, sometimes 20 hours a day, only 4 hours to eat and pray Taraweeh, Maghrib and Isha, and boom, it's Fajr. How could you do this? The answer is Allah Azza wa Jal. We see that Allah gives them the power, the ability. And this was mentioned in the Sahih, where the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, when the Dajjal comes, it would be 3 years before there is no rain and no crops. So the companion said, how would the people feed on? If there is no rain and there is no crops, no plantation, no animals would find anything to eat, how would they live?
People will die of hunger.
The Prophet said, alayhi salam, بالذكر. They would say, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. This would suffice them for eating and drinking.
Allah.
So the dhikr empowers you. It gives you energy with the grace of Allah Azza wa Jalla.
The best recitation is not rushed reading without feeling, and not reflection that leads to laziness. The believer seeks a balance where the tongue reads and the heart stays present.